Vestal Police Department put out a notice on Sunday urging residents to stay safe when riding electric bicycles and scooters throughout the town. 12 News' Daniel Curran details the safety measures pushed by the department.
According to the Vestal Police Department, a reported 1,158 motor vehicle crashes occurred in the town last year, with most happening on the Vestal Parkway. As a way to try and decrease these accidents, the department released a safety guide for those using electric bikes or scooters, which they say has become more common in the town. The department says that e-bikes or scooters should never be operated on the Vestal Parkway, State Route 26, or State Route 201, as the high traffic areas create a risk for all using the roads. They also say vehicles don't require a license and cannot be operated on roadways by individuals under 16 years of age. They also cannot be operated on any streets with speed limits exceeding 30 miles per hour unless they have designated bike lanes. These unlicensed vehicles cannot travel any faster than 20 to 25 miles per hour depending on the class of the bike or scooter. All riders are recommended to wear a helmet, but they are required for riders between the ages of 16 to 17. Anyone riding e-bikes or scooters are required to obey the same traffic laws as all motorists. Riders on the Vestal Rail Trail are not permitted to operate electric-assisted vehicles and must travel at 10 miles per hour or less. Daniel Curran, 12 News, Broome County.
In Tioga County, the Spencer Village Board has passed a 100% smoke-free municipal grounds policy. The village's previous smoke-free policy prohibited cigarettes at all park grounds. Now the policy is more comprehensive, prohibiting the use of all tobacco, vaping, and cannabis products on any village property grounds. It's the second municipality to adopt a fully comprehensive smoke-free policy in Tioga County, following in the footsteps of the village of Newark Valley.